Welcome to Ouch. Was that a ghost? This podcast may contain graphic material, which some listeners may find disturbing. Listener discretion is advised.
Help me.
Now that we covered that, here's your host, Liss.
Welcome back to Ouch, Was That a Ghost with Liss.
And Mike?
And Rob?
Can you hear that? Oh, no.
Can I hear you laughing?
No, I had a clapping thing I put on it.
Oh, I didn't hear that. No.
Let me try it one more time. Nothing?
No. Oh, it's on your computer?
The cheering? Nothing?
Nothing. I'm not getting any of the soundboard stuff.
It sounds like a live studio audience.
Oh, I wish I heard it.
That was
That
the
would have been
joke.
so much better.
Well, that's stupid if you can't even hear it.
So I brought my buddy Rob on today. Is that all right?
That's fine. I'm just really bummed because I had drum rolls and everything set up, and now if you can't even hear anything, that's stupid.
When we get in the studio together, we'll hear it all. That sucks, though. That's so good, though.
So what's the podcast about today?
Today, I am going to be covering taphophobia. But before then, I have
hold
to
on.
send...
All right. So we haven't started yet.
Well...
I want to guess what tachophobia is if we're going to do that.
Oh, well, wait a minute, because I need you to, I just need you to, we have a new Patreon, and their only request was that you read their name.
Oh, shoot.
So I screenshotted it without really looking at it. I just saw like the first word, and then they said, they just said, can you please have Mike read the name?
Oh, goodness.
So I just texted it to you.
Should I read it now?
Yeah.
The ignominious Sir Hubert Richard Blaine, Ruchri Schnitzelschlausen, Wolfgangermeisterberger Offendorf, Protestin Brosche.
Well, welcome. I'll just call you Bob for short.
No, the name
Our new
is the ignominious Sir Hubert Richard Blaine, Rahel Schnitzelschlausen, Wishahakarasdorf, Question Maskerat Brosh.
Mm-hmm.
Richard's in there, so we couldn't just call him Dick.
No, his name is the ignominious Sir Hubert Richard Blaine, Rachach Schnitzelschlausen, Wolfengein Question Tida Dada Bruch.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for supporting the podcast. That was quite the request.
That's my favorite name ever. I might name my first kid that. Oh, wait. What do you think, Rob?
I thought it was perfect.
Beautiful.
Great name. Thanks, Rob, for hopping on.
Yeah. Glad to be here.
Well, we were hanging out having a couple cocktails, so I figured it'd be a lot more fun with a third.
And I went next door when my package got delivered. Thank you for the birthday present.
Did you get it?
I love it. A strawberry shortcake t-shirt. You know me so well.
Well, you got me the Labyrinth t-shirt.
Oh, is it the one that you scratch and you can smell it?
I wish.
Oh, is that like a porn?
No.
Oh, all right.
I was obsessed with scratch and sniff stickers.
I
And,
remember
like,
those.
markers,
Those things
too.
are awesome.
We probably got
Oh, the
high as hell
markers?
sniffing the markers. Yeah.
That's a really bad idea to promote the kids to have them sniffing markers.
I know. Why did they have scented markers?
And you always knew who was sniffing them because they had like the color on the tip of their nose.
Addicted to grape.
Hey, I had a question. Did you ever cover the haunted hospital in Hanson?
The haunted hospital in Hanson. Is this a tongue twister or a real thing?
No, a real thing.
Hanson? No, I don't think I've done Hanson.
It was like a mental hospital / what's that disease called?
Tuberculosis.
Tuberculosis hospital, yes.
In Hanson? No, I'll look into that. I know we've done touched on the Taunton one in the Bridgewater Triangle. Which is, that one's crazy.
Yeah, we did a lot of Bridgewater Triangle stuff, so.
Mm-hmm.
Or she's done a lot of it. I've done a little with her, but yeah.
I've never even been there. I think it'd be pretty cool to go.
Yeah.
What, in the Bridgewater Triangle? You're in it now.
Yeah, but no. There's like a swampy area that I've been to.
Oh.
But there's also this really cool place that you can go to, and it's like kind of like a cliffy area.
Oh, the Freetown State Forest? The ledge?
I think that's it. Yeah.
That's where all the puckwudgies chill.
Puckwudgies.
What's a puckwudgie?
Oh, you've never seen a
Rob,
puckwudgie before.
You know what? If you're going to be on the podcast, you got to catch up with listening to the
catch
podcast.
up. That's what I just said.
Right.
I said to him before the podcast. He said he's been listening, but he hasn't caught up, so he's got a lot to catch up on.
All right.
Rob, I think your pants are on fire right now.
They're on backwards?
They're on fire.
Oh.
Liar.
And I think Mike was mistaken because I didn't say I've been listening. I said I didn't know how to listen.
Oh, that's right.
He said Spotify.
That's right. I said all you got to do is open your ears.
Mike's pants are on.
No, but if you do want to listen, you just go on Spotify, Patreon. What else, Liss?
Spreaker, Apple, like anything.
Apple.
There's a huge list.
Okay, cool.
There's free apps. You don't even have to pay.
All right.
And you can listen. And you like and follow. And you become a part
I'm going to be on there.
That's not just for Rob. That's for everyone else out there.
I mean, I technically should have to because I have the shirt.
That is true.
Yeah.
That's facts.
After the near-death experience of the tree coming down.
Yeah, it was fun.
Oh, that's right. I forgot Rob was there. That's right.
I know. Thank you for helping me get that tree out of my backyard.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
But today we're covering taphophobia, and Mike likes to guess what that is.
I'd like to guess what it is before we start.
I don't know what it is, so I'm going to guess too.
All right, so taphophobia. My guess is it's obviously fear of something.
Well, obviously.
Taffy?
Well, taffy's too easy.
It's taff, not taff.
How about the fear of lack of bones or like bendable limbs?
That's such a specific fear.
I know, isn't it?
A phobia.
No, that is incorrect. Let's hear Rob's.
I get creeped out by people with super bendy arms and stuff.
The fear of missing a John Taffer show. Taphophobia.
Who's John Taffer?
He's the cook.
Oh, I've never watched John Taffer.
Close, Rob, but that's not it.
I think you might be closer than I am, though.
Yeah, you think?
It's the fear of being buried alive.
Okay. Same thing.
Yeah.
People who are dead are very bendable. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Very bendable. Which it seems like an extreme fear to have, but in the 19th century, before modern medicine, in the Victorian era, it wasn't impossible to find yourself prematurely pronounced dead while you were in like a deep sleep or a coma.
Oh, wow.
No, because I mean, you know about the people who got buried and they used to put bells in the caskets so they could like ring if they were still alive.
That's part of the story.
Oh, sorry. I take that all back. Take it all back.
Oh, yeah, like the girl that chopped her parents up.
No, it's nothing like that, but same.
No, but when...
What girl that chopped her parents up?
Remember there's a rhyme about it with the axe?
Oh, Mary, quite contrary, chopped her parents apart.
No.
She ate the liver, ate the lungs, and finished with the heart.
Is it Lizzie Borden you're talking about?
Lizzie Borden, yes.
I don't think anyone got buried alive.
Yeah, there was something... What? Oh, all right. I'm going to step off the podcast.
Are you done? All right. Thank you, Rob.
Bye, Rob.
I hope that all gets left in there, too, Liss.
Sure.
I hope it does, because that was amazing.
All right. But even the first president, George Washington, on his deathbed, asked that he not be laid to rest for at least 3 days after he was pronounced dead, giving them time to make sure he was actually dead.
Yeah.
And then there's the tale of Marjorie McCall. In Northern Ireland in the early 1700s, she got sick and died. Her husband was a doctor, and he didn't want whatever disease that killed her to spread, so he buried her right away. But they came from a really wealthy family, so she was like the ideal target for grave robbers.
Yeah.
And they went and dug her up, trying to get whatever jewelry she was buried with. And when they went to go try to pull off Marjorie's wedding ring, and they couldn't do it because her finger was bloated, they took a knife and started to cut her finger off. And then Marjorie just like woke up and the robbers took off running, and Marjorie just like went home, lived her life, had kids. And
holy shit.
When she did pass away, her gravestone read, Marjorie McCall lived once, buried twice.
That's fucking awesome that she was that awesome that it went to that point. But imagine that happening to you, though. That's insane.
That's terrifying. In the 18th and 19th century, taphophobia was so intense for people and not entirely unfounded because there was scarlet fever, tuberculosis, and then there was the cholera pandemic, which hit, and it would cause people to fall into like a death-like state. And the medical understanding at the time was so limited, it made it difficult to distinguish between death and certain states of unconsciousness.
Wow.
On top of not fully understanding the disease. So the bodies were quickly buried to avoid the spreading of illness.
Do we know why it happened now? Like, as health-wise, do you know why or no?
Why?
That people would just go unconscious? There a certain medicine or something they were giving them that was fucking them up?
No, I mean, with cholera and stuff, you could get, because that's basically you have no fluids left because you're basically shitting and throwing up constantly.
Yeah,
so you become dehydrated and you can just go into like your body tries to preserve itself.
Yeah.
And kind of shuts down.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense.
And it was a mix of the cases that were actually happening. And the reason they found this out is because for a time they were digging up coffins to reuse them because the cost of wood.
Yeah.
So when they dig them up, some articles and stories of like claw marks on the top.
Yeah, within the inside, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah. And then there was the Premature Burial, which was a short story published by Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah.
And it was all about the fear of being buried alive, using the public sphere to like entice reaction. And him being such a descriptive author may have, made people taking this as truth or sensationalize the fear.
Yeah, they definitely scared them into believing it either way, yeah.
And it wasn't just Edgar Allan Poe. Doctors that wrote books. One of the doctors, Dr. Moore Fletcher in 1883 wrote a book called Our Home Doctor, Domestic and Botanical Remedies Simplified and Explained for Family Treatment. There's more to this title. This is a long title.
Oh, Jesus.
With a treatise upon suspended animation, the danger of burying alive, and directions for restoration.
Kind of like the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
Yes, but it was like an almanac, like this is how you check and see if your family member's still alive.
So it's more of a medical journal than an actual book.
Yeah, and there were plenty of colorful ways to try and revive or to be sure someone was actually dead before the burial. They used to try things that are still kind of used, like smelling salts, or they would hold the finger of the body over a flame to look for circulating blood. There was another test called manipulating the tongue to revive and see if the person is dead, and they would pinch or pull the tongue or put sour or bitter flavors trying to get a reaction. And this Dr. J.V. Laborde believed in this technique so much that he designed a tongue-pulling machine.
Yep.
And he claimed that he had revived a woman after using forceps on her tongue for 3 hours. So he was sitting there with a forceps pulling her tongue for 3 hours. And he believed that this machine would allow even untrained assistants in the mortuary to determine if a person's deceased.
Now, was he doing it to try to revive her, or was he doing like an operation or something?
No, just trying to revive her. He just sat there and literally was yanking on her tongue for 3 hours.
His idea to wake someone up was to pull someone's tongue for 3 hours.
Yeah.
That seems like such an odd idea to pick.
But then because he probably got tired, he made a machine that did it for you.
That makes sense. I mean, if you really want to believe in that tongue pulling method, you might as well make a machine.
And then they tried pain on different parts of the body as well. They did nipple yanking.
Oh, God.
Pouring scalding hot water all over the body.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, if you're alive, you're going to feel it at some point.
Or a really popular one at the time, which you know how like they have AEDs everywhere now, like if, to resuscitate. They used to have packs called smoke enemas placed like near beaches and near anywhere, sports were played. So it was basically, that's where the phrase blowing smoke up someone's ass came from. And it was common practice. They would literally put a tube up somebody's ass and blow smoke up there, tobacco, nicotine, to try to revive them.
So creepy.
If you didn't have a kit, some people would use their own. Like in 1746, a woman was in distress and her husband used his own tobacco pipe.
Yep. And
he blew into the larger part of the pipe and inserted the other mouthpiece into his wife. And this revived her.
Oh, my God. How alive is she? She's pretty piping alive. I don't know. It's just...
And then they had the needle flag test, which was a needle inserted into the chest of the possible dead person. And if the person was still alive, the flag at the other end would wave.
What?
But people were so afraid
I'm
of this.
not even sure I get what you just said, honestly. 'Cause
It was
it's so
like
weird.
they'd put a needle into your heart,
Into your
basically,
heart, yeah. And they put a flag on it.
at the other end. So if the thing waved,
Did any ever wave?
some did, but then that ended up killing some people because now you're piercing in people's hearts.
Do you really think the electricity would make the flag wave, though? It did? That's crazy.
I guess your chest would rise and fall a little bit, wave it,
Oh, I don't know. But
then
yeah.
it ended up killing people. So for some reason, that didn't stick around.
Yeah. He's alive, but not for long.
Yeah, he was alive.
Eureka, he's alive. Oh, he's dead.
But people put all sorts of things in their will, like how to test them before burial. Some people wanted their hearts ripped out of their chest and set on a table, or to make sure that they were decapitated before they were buried.
I like it. Indiana Jones style.
Yes.
A numshaba.
And a French doctor even had the idea to stick the finger of a person that was possibly dead in his own ear to listen for the pulse. And he tried to make that a thing.
I mean, that's probably the most medically sound out of all of them that I've heard so far, though. To actually put your ear against someone and listen for a pulse. That's not the worst one of all.
Well, they want their finger. It was the dead person's finger. Stick it in your own ear.
You don't know if they're dead yet.
That's true.
And medically, it makes sense, though. You can actually probably hear a little bit of their pulse.
Yeah, that's probably the safest test. Yeah.
It's not it's probably the least weird that I've heard so far at all, is what I'm saying.
And then they had the invisible ink test. They would use acetate of lead, and a message would be written on a piece of paper. Then the paper would be placed under a person's nose. And if sulfur dioxide is present in the person, which is a gas present when the body's decomposing,
Yeah.
the words, "I am really dead," would appear on the paper.
Oh, that would make sense.
But this wasn't that effective because the gas can be present in live people that have dental problems, and people had a lot of dental problems back then. So
Yeah. They were just killing off live people still anyways.
yeah.
Didn't matter.
And then there was galvanism, which was a scientist named Luigi Galvini found that if you put electricity on a frog, it caused the limbs to move. So I'm sure you know where this is going.
I'm getting the idea of it, yes. Do they just put him in a tub and throw a toaster in there? Is that the best move?
They would just throw electricity on people. But, I mean, imagine the smell of burnt flesh when you're doing that. And the cost of the machinery and everything stopped this from being a common thing, thank God.
Yeah.
And then there was just waiting for decomposition. This started this thing called waiting mortuaries. And this was really popular in the 1800s. It would be like this huge mortuary where all these dead people that were presumed dead would be laid out on tables, and families would go as like an outing. They would buy souvenirs, buy snacks, and they'd just walk around looking at all the dead bodies.
Okay. Interesting. How long would they keep them there?
Until they like really, really started smelling. They put flowers all around to try to like mask the smell, but until they actually saw decomposition, they'd just like leave them on tables, and families would be like, "Hey, come on, honey."
It's possibly months that they could be there then.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And you're sitting there eating muffins, looking at all the...
Yeah, there's people built different that can do that stuff, though. That's the crazy part about it. Yeah.
But thankfully, that's not a thing anymore.
I mean, I wish it... Why is it thankfully? I kind of wish it would be.
That's terrible.
Let's go check out the dead people today.
Yeah, what are you doing Saturday? And this brings us to safety coffins, which at first, it was just like the corpse would be buried with a key to unlock the coffin. But if they were buried alive, they still would have to figure out how to open the casket and dig out through all that dirt. So that...
Boom, the bell tolls. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
And during this time period, there was a lot of accounts of graves being exhumed for whatever reason or to reuse the coffin, and there would be the claw marks on the inside of the casket. So people were still really afraid of it.
Yeah.
In the 1820s, Dr. Gutsmuth.
Definitely gut smut. It's way better.
Okay. Designed a safety coffin that he demonstrated. He himself was buried alive for hours. And while he was buried, he used a tube that he designed connected to the coffin. And they sent down soup to him, bratwurst, marzipan, sauerkraut, spitzel, beer, dessert. And he just enjoyed all this huge meal while he demonstrated his invention.
That's pretty incredible.
And around this time in Germany, there were portable death chambers.
Hold on.
Mhm.
I'm going back to Gutsmut for a second.
Yep.
How long was he down there for?
I don't know. Oh, for a few hours.
Oh, a few hours. I thought you said it was a few days because of what he was eating and stuff like that. I had a few questions if it was a couple days going on. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, he would have to go to the bathroom after that freaking meal.
Yeah, so much. But then he's gonna get water, and
Or at least pee if you're drinking beer.
does it flood inside the coffin if you're doing that? Like, there's so many questions.
Around this time in Germany, there were portable death chambers. It was like a grave would be dug out and then a chamber would be made on top.
Yep.
That a person, a corpse would be in, and they'd have a bell attached to them so they could still signal if they were still alive. And a window would be placed over the body and it would be checked every day. And when decomposition was seen, the floor of the chamber would open and drop the body, and then the chamber itself could just be reused.
Oh my God. So they were just burying bodies on bodies?
Well, that would be closed up, and then the chamber itself would be moved somewhere else. So it would only be one person in each grave.
Gotcha.
In 1829, Dr. Johann Gottfried Taberger patented a contraption. It was a coffin that had strings attached to the corpse's feet, hands, and head. And this would be connected to a housed bell above the ground. And if ringing was heard, a tube would be inserted down to the coffin, given airflow to the person until, I guess, they could be dug up.
Yeah.
Some say this is where the phrase "saved by the bell" came from, but others say that was definitely from boxing. So I don't know. But I couldn't find any instances where this device actually saved anybody, but I guess it was something, I don't know.
A cover your ass paper tool?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it isn't foolproof because corpses have gases and, you can move around a little bit after you pass. So there was a lot of false dig-ups.
There's still a chance of not getting any communication. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there was Dr. Timothy Clark Smith tried to come up with a solution for that. He died in 1893 and he was buried in Vermont with a tube connected from above ground to his face.
Yeah.
And then above that, he had a cement slab with a 14 by 14 window placed above and some stairs so he could walk out himself if he needed to. But it's still there today, the grave, but the condensation and age of the glass doesn't let you see down very far now. You can only see down a few inches. But there are still cases of people being falsely pronounced dead. In 1937, a 19-year-old Frenchman named Angelo Hayes wrecked his motorcycle, and he was thrown from his motorcycle into a wall, and he was so disfigured that his parents didn't want to see the body.
Yeah.
So doctors found no pulse, buried him after 3 days. And then there was a problem with the insurance. 2 days later, he was exhumed and his body was still warm.
Wow.
Because he was in a coma.
Yeah.
From his head trauma, it let him survive off the small amount of oxygen, and he recovered. In the 1970s, he showed off the safety coffin that he invented.
Wow.
In his, it had a food storage, a little cooking device. So he had a stove in there. A toilet, and a library.
Wow. I mean, that story is crazy to begin with. The fact that he got buried for 2 days and was still alive and came back to life and made a device to save people from going through that. That's insane.
Do you love that the toilet, the library are his main thing he had to put in there? And a little stove? He's making it like a bachelor pad.
I mean, obviously, he had a little brain damage while he was down there. We're not going to look past that part.
Yeah, but there's been tons of patents granted on variations of designs, but all seem to be made to allow a person to climb out themselves or signal using flags, bells, tubes for air or communication.
Yeah.
And, allowing somebody above ground.
Yeah, two-way communication. Yeah.
There's one that allows you to see the person's face in the casket to make sure they're alive before you dig them up. This was called the burial case.
Yep.
And you could use a tube to, it just made sure you weren't digging up bloated corpses.
I don't understand what the tube is completely.
It's just like an air tube that would go down, but on some of them, they have a little camera at the end, so you can look at the person's face.
So it's a tube with a camera.
Some of them
that makes more sense then, yeah.
And some are just for communication, help me.
Yeah. Those ones I understand, like the communication ones, or the ones to even transport food, but the ones for them to check stuff, it's I didn't understand. Because back then I didn't understand. How did they have cameras back then on the end of a tube?
Well, this was a more recent one that they came out with, and
okay.
it would be more like a lens.
Yeah.
But some of them, they'd have like priests go out every night and smell the tube until they smell decomposition. So you either smell like nothing rotten or you smell like decomposition. So either way, you're screwed. Like it's the worst job in the world.
No, I get it, yeah.
Some are equipped with ladders to climb out, or some have a mechanism with a Morse code to call out for help.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And they'd have an employee at the cemetery that would sit all night listening for sounds, hence the graveyard shift.
I mean, it sounds like these guys were spending an awful lot of extra money on, like, people not being dead.
Yeah, I mean, it's the fear, the taphophobia, like being that afraid that you don't want to be buried alive.
And the fact that it was that widespread, being that afraid, that's a crazy part, that it would become a problem where they'd make patents to do this stuff.
They still have patents coming out. There was one in 2010.
Yep.
There was this guy, Jeff Dannenberg. He was granted a patented titled Apparatus and Method for Generating Post-Burial Audio Communication in a Burial Casket. These titles are so long. It holds multiple audio files that can play on a regular loop to the deceased. So if you're buried, you can hear these things. So like literally, like if you had a spouse that you could stand, you could nag them for eternity. You could just...
Oh.
But then there's a way for them to communicate up as well. And in 2015, John Knight was granted the patent for Your Music for Eternity Systems. This one has a speaker in the casket and a jack on the headstone. So you and the buried can listen together, I guess.
Oh, good. You're just enjoying each other's company forever.
Yeah, and then I was like, is there still recent cases? And I found one in 2014 where Walter Williams of Mississippi was pronounced dead. He was put in a body bag and sent to a funeral home. And while he was in the embalming room, his legs started moving and the coroner started noticing that he was still breathing.
Oh, jeez.
So he was sent home, but he ended up dying for real 2 weeks later. So
That's crazy, though. That's insane.
And then this random thought popped into my head. Like, if this happens to somebody and you're serving life sentence, what would happen? So then I dug into that a little bit, and I found a case where a man was sentenced to life in prison in Iowa. And in 2015, he had a large kidney stone, he had septic poisoning, and he was technically dead. And then he was resuscitated. And the question was, like, that he posed to the court, like, can I walk free? And it made it to the Court of Appeals, but they were like, no, you can't. You still have to serve life sentence.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Poor guy. No, he probably did something horrendous, though.
Yeah, he bludgeoned somebody to death, so he wasn't a super nice guy. But that was just a weird, I don't know
It's
why.
a weird case, yeah.
Yeah, but that's it. It was just the fear of being buried alive.
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, I understand the fear. You can't not understand that.
Mm-hmm.
No one would ever want to be buried alive. That seems like the worst way to possibly die ever.
Yeah, slowly losing oxygen and just, you can't do anything about
Just sitting there by yourself. Yeah, nothing to do.
Nothing to do.
Nothing to do. No phone to look at.
No solitaire. So
Nothing
boring.
to distract your mind other than think about the fact that you're dying, buried alive.
Unless you had that bachelor pad with the toilet in the library. That would be sweet.
That would have been sweet. Throw some house parties for the other undead. Put the connecting speakers in there, start going.
That's it.
Thank you, Liss. I appreciate it. Sorry about the noise in the background if it comes through for everyone. I did an unpredicted little poker game tonight, so I got people coming over. That's my fault if it comes through, not Liss's.
Yeah, well, thank you for coming on, and thank you so much for the Strawberry Shortcake t-shirt. I'm so excited about it.
Yeah, we can wear. I'm going to wear my Labyrinth one. You can wear that one. We'll go out partying.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. If you need more content or just want to help support the podcast, head on over to patreon.com and search Ouch, Was That a Ghost? If you need some snazzy merch, you can find it at crowdmade.com by searching Ouch, Was That a Ghost? If you have a story you'd like to share, you can email it to ouchwasthataghost@yahoo.com. You can also find us on Facebook and all the other social media platforms under Ouch, Was That a Ghost?
Help me.
All links can also be found on ouchwasthataghost.com.